It's 11 p.m. in a park in Perth, and two sexy men are walking through it. It's middle of the night, and a pond is spotted. I spot a pond, and it's very small. It's a little circular pond, and it has a flame in the middle. And I'm like, that is cold as fuck. And I'm like, maybe I get a picture of this, although it's hard to take pictures late at night. And so I'm like, what could make this better? And as I'm watching it, as we're walking past it, these two ducks in the middle of the night, they should be sleeping or some shit. I don't know what ducks get up to in the late hours of the night, but only like I can suspect what they get up to. And it's probably pretty fucking dirty shit, man. So anyway, these two ducks, they get wet. They stick their toes in the fucking, what the hell? Royal Giant and Meganite? They stick their toes in the pond, they swim in it together. Meanwhile, I'm like, holy fucking smokes. It's the middle of the night. Two ducks have just landed in the pond of fire. Literally, it's a pond with a flame. It's like Olympic flame in the middle. And it's like tiny as well. It's a man-made thing, right? And so these two ducks landed it, and I'm like, holy fucking smokes. This is the opportunity for the coldest picture of 2025. So the plan was, the flame has a little area underneath it, which I imagine if the ducks went under that, it would be hot as shit. If I was a duck, you wouldn't catch me underneath a flame, is what I'm trying to say. Well, that's good timing. This is literally my one chance to win this game. So if I can just hold that thought for 1 second, take his entire... Okay, I'm going to do this. So the fisherman actually goes for the cannon instead because... well, that's going to be quite helpful, actually. And I'm just going to try and keep that kind of going as long as possible. And then this evolved Dark Goblin's going to clutch the fuck up. He's spent a lot of elixir there, so let's hope we can get the poison. I actually don't think that's too bad, because the poison did a ton of damage to the Royal Giant as well. We took his tower against an evolved Royal Giant and an evolved Meganite, so I'm not complaining. So I'm like, this is a chance for the hardest photo of 2025, and I don't know how I'm going to get this picture, because the ducks are not going to want to go underneath the thing. So I'm thinking... maybe I can get a picture of them when they're in line with it or something, so that I can get the flame, the duck, and the pond, and the flame reflecting on the pond. I had this like, I just had this Picasso like vision in my mind, man, and I just knew that this had to happen. I was channeling my inner, I don't know, something was being channeled. Anyway, let's go with this, and hopefully Evolve Cannon can save my ass against all this shit. And it looks like it pretty much can. Let me just go with this as well to make sure that he doesn't take my tower, because this guy is sweating his entire fucking crack to get that tower, and unfortunately didn't pay off. And now I get to do the fun part of the game where I get to fucking spam a couple logs in his face. My favorite part of the day, baby. Alright, let's give him a little bit of hope. Oh no, what happened, Mr. Yourself? What happened? Oh, woo! Anyway, so I'm going to get the picture. So I'm like, how do I get the ducks where I want them without scaring them off? I need them in the pond for this picture. And so I get my other friend. I'm like, all right, mate, I'm going to hold the camera in this optimal position. Like, have it like, I have that shit like fucking, this is, I know, Samsung, whatever. I'm going to kill myself. I have it like this. And I have it like locked in the perfect position just to get the photo of dreams, man. I know what I'm looking for. It's like the flame with like the moon, like the flame like reflecting on the pond like a moon or something. I'm like, this is going to be insane. I just need the ducks to like cross past it underneath the flame in line on the reflection. I just had this perfect idea. Anyway. So I'm like, okay, how do I get the ducks in that position? One of us is going to have to herd them, or one of us holds the phone. So I'm holding the phone, and the other person is literally like slowly like creeping up on the ducks. Okay, this sounds really like almost perverted. It's animals though, right? You can do pervy. No, you can't actually. I'd like to have that stricken from the record. You cannot do pervy things with animals. And I never have any intention of doing that. It's fucked up, man. Anyway, we got off track. Fucking topic. So they have to like herd the ducks without scaring the shit out of them is basically the game plan. And it turns out these two ducks are like fucking the Terminators or something. They're not scared of fucking shit. And so they just get chased around this thing. Like, and they just, some animals are so interesting because they're just completely used to humans. And these two ducks were no exception. So what started as a slow meander and the ducks just slowly moving around the pond turned into a fucking, literally, my friend was sprinting, and they refused. They wanted to stay in that pond, and they weren't going to let any fucking human take them out of that. And so my friend was chasing them around the pond at top speed while it's literally like he's chasing them in circles. And so they're just going in circles basically. And they refuse to leave the pond. And I'm like, this is fantastic, because the longer they stay in the pond, the more of a chance I have a photo. I thought they were going to get scared off and immediately leave once they started getting chased, like fly off or something. But they didn't. And so my friend kept chasing them. And eventually we couldn't get the photo on my phone. I would say the Samsung, contrary to popular belief, it has a fucking stovetop on the back. It's meant to have a good camera, and usually it does. But for some reason at nighttime it wasn't taking the right photo, or whatever. Maybe I'm just shit at taking photos. And so I can show you, mid-game, what one of the photos looked like at this very moment. Let me just show you in like 1 millisecond while I defend this. I think this dick has like actually the answers to everything in this entire game. Like Evolve Dark Goblin and Evolve Cannon are nasty evolutions. And then you throw a fucking Expo in there, and what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? The good thing is people are like very keen to use their spells on a Dark Goblin, and then that just gives Expo the free reign to do its thing. Alright, that Firecracker needs to die. Alright, let's go with this. He's probably gonna go Tesla. I'm gonna go with this here to try and do some damage. He's gonna log it for sure. He needs to log that, otherwise that poison is gonna melt. Okay, well the poison just fucking killed like everything, so let's just go with this. Ooh, that got that last shot off. It kind of saved him. Let me pull this photo up while that's there. You'll play a giant skeleton. Oh, I just looked at the final product of what this photo ended up being. But I was taking photos like this, which are hard, don't get me wrong, but not it. So that was what we're dealing with. Like, that's not going to go in the Louvre, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think French people are going to like that in their fucking museum. It's hard. Like, look at the way the duck is, like, churning past the flame. Like, almost like he's won the race. Look at those two cunts. They look like they're fucking racing. And my guy is, like an Olympic athlete surging forward to make sure he crosses the finish line. But I knew better could be done. So anyway, my friend used their phone, and they plonked it in the position I told them to put it in. I'm like, all right, I'm going to herd these ducks in the perfect position, and you're going to take the most Hall of Fame picture of 2025. And so I got to work. I stood up. And I perfectly, on the first go, after many laps from my friend of trying to herd them, got the ducks in the perfect position. And that's when my friend started taking some pictures on their phone. And let's just say we got the shot. Let's just say we got the fucking shot. Now, I'm going to show you what this picture looks like on my phone, and it's not going to do it justice, so we're going to do something that we seldom do on this channel. Editing. And I'm going to show you the photo in full quality. But this, my friends, this is the photo. God damn! I was messaging this girl, and I was like, it was going well. I was like, let's go to this pizza place. And she was like, how does Sunday sound? And I was like, yes, let's go on Sunday. And then, you know how these dating apps work? Sometimes you message more than one girl. So I was messaging this other girl. And I didn't realize this at the time, but after I started messaging her, I realized both of these girls that I was messaging are in each other's profiles. Not just that, they're kind of in every picture together. Like, every fucking picture, they are in each other's profile. Like, the whole thing. Fucking, it's just them two. Like, they're best friends and they're in every photo together. So my dumbass thought it was a good idea to try and message both of them at the same time. And they almost didn't figure it out until one day, one of the girls who I also said, let's go meet at the pizza place, like a dumbass. She was like, sounds great. Then all of a sudden, one of them was like, the one I hadn't said which day, like, one of them I told Sunday, the other one I hadn't told a day. And she messaged me, the other one, she was like, how does Sunday sound? With like a sunglasses emoji. And I was like, okay. That's probably not going to work because I'm seeing a friend that day. This is probably not going to be... I sound like a terrible person, maybe because I am. Smash like. And so I was going to see her friend that day, so I was like, okay, this is a bit suspicious for the sunglasses emoji. Then a few minutes later, I get another message from the other girl who I was going to see on Sunday, and she was like, do you mind if I bring a friend? Sunglasses emoji. At this point, I'm mildly concerned. Some kind of scheme is going on. And then the girl who I was meant to meet at 6 o'clock on Sunday or whatever... the one I said to meet at Sunday initially, she was like, mind if I bring a friend with sunglasses emoji? And I was like, and she was like, you might know her. At this point, where the fuck how did that rage just drop there? At this point anyway, I knew I was fucked. And so, that's me being a dumbass. Moral of the story, it's not really much of a story. I just thought I would teach a little lesson here. It's hard to trick. It's hard to trick people. Don't do what I did. Message one girl. Don't be a dumbass. I learned a very important lesson that day. Drugs is the answer. It's the only way to escape your problems. I also learned another lesson. Don't message two girls at once, especially if they're in each other's profiles. That's a big no-no. So, yeah, after that conversation died with both girls. Two girls I liked, and I lost both of them. Both! At least I don't lose Clash Royale. Am I right? Smash like. So there you go. There's the shittest story of all time. If you enjoyed that one, like I say, smash like. Because...